Good evening, guys, and welcome to BoA TV for tonight's GT4 round 3 at a soggy Suzuka. Say that 10 times. Tonight I am going to be joined by Steve is awake, our pro commentator. I mean, as in he commentates on pro, not he's a pro commentator. Good evening, mate.
Good evening, mate. Oh man, I wish I was pro. That would certainly make it an exciting job. But yeah, I hope you brought some wellies today, Roy. It is looking very soggy indeed.
It's definitely moist. It's definitely moist. So yes, it's going to be interesting. This isn't the most forgiving of surfaces, as we see Matt Puck take refuge on the grass. So currently Axie's topping the times. So evening, everyone. Right, I'm going to find out tonight. We're going to be attempting to stream on both YouTube and Twitch. I just want to check out if it's yeah, it is, but I've got the wrong graphic on. I haven't got a graphic for this week.
Truly is a bunch of amateurs, Roy. What can I say? Sort it out.
No, this is trial and error. This is trial and error.
I'm joking, of course. I won't have the first clue where to start with this.
Actually, I just realised you might be muted as well.
No.
Just check as well. Let me just check. And where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Go to that one. No, you're all good. You're all good. You are live.
Yeah, I was going to say Tux has just said evening, Roy and Steve in the chat, so I'm assuming that means that he knows it's me.
So I'm just tweaking YouTube because depending what you're watching it on, it's going to have two different titles. So yeah, right. Let me change the title of that one. Right. Would be a commentator. Yes, it is looking very much like the BMW Cup tonight. Jesus Christ. I'm not even going to bother counting them. More than
9 out of 16. More than half the grid.
What am I looking for, Steve? That's what I'm looking for. The view button. So I can press that one, and then that one, and then I press that one, and then I can copy and paste that one. So that everything's got the same name.
There we go. Truly is a glance behind the curtain tonight, folks.
Yeah, but sorry, we're going to end up sticking with the same thumbnail, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tux did ask me to sort it out, and I apologise, Tux, wholeheartedly.
We'll be in the box review for Intercon afterwards, so I'm sure we'll be able to harangue you there.
So yeah, we're looking all good by the looks of it. Let us know how the stream quality is and everything, if it's looking a bit moody or anything. But we should be streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. Just getting the word out there, out to the masses.
Truly in the 21st century now, Roy, aren't we?
Are we? Didn't get that one now. Oh, I'm moving all the screens. I do apologise. It's not really professional art, but we are BoA to the end. Just making it all pretty for you guys. No, stop pushing it like that. Why does it keep doing that? That'll do. Yeah, beautiful weather, as we can tell. See? So let's have a look. So, as I say, Axie is topping the times out there at the moment.
Yeah, you feel like the Camaro will go a little bit better in these conditions. The Beamer, whilst it's a very popular choice, not the best in the wet. So we could see the likes of Axie Hoonigan as well, also P3 in the Mercedes. Might see a few names who we're not quite used to seeing at the top near the front today, Roy, which is exciting. They say rain is the one true level of motorsport, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
watch out for the controller boys. Controllers do seem to benefit the treacherous weather. In the treacherous weather, I should say. So good evening everyone in the chat. See everyone coming along to cheer their teammates on. It's always a good turnout on a Euro race. These are the top guys. We kind of find have sorted ourselves out, so we get battles on par with each other in both leagues, which is always a Brucey bonus. But yeah, these Euro guys, they should swap it around really, like save the faster guys for second really, at the main event. Might get guys sticking around then. I've got Dove out there on track, usually quite consistent. Thank you, John. Thank you very much, mate. So you are a fan of the wet or Suzuka? And how about Suzuka in the wet?
Yeah, I've got a new sort of appreciation for Suzuka. Obviously, it was on the GT3 calendar a couple of weeks ago, so I managed to get some good practice in. It's yeah, it's a proper driver's circuit, isn't it? Like a lot of the drivers all enjoy Suzuka. It's a very demanding track, very challenging, even more so in the wet. I'm sure there was quite a few groans up and down the paddock when they heard that this week's race, or this round in particular, was going to be wet, because it's a very tricky combination. But yeah, I don't mind it. I'm looking forward to it. I always find, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily amazing in the wet, but I always feel like I've got a chance in the wet, if that makes sense, because I feel like there's
Anyone's got a chance, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I can't really tell. I mean, it doesn't look majorly heavy. We not really any puddles or standing water as such, so we shouldn't see any aquaplaning. So it should be. I don't know. It depends if it's is it wet or greasy. Is it damp? No, it's wet.
It's wet, yeah.
But yeah, I
But
don't see. So let's get on board with hooligans.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
So I was just gonna say, it's just worth noting that it is on a is on dynamic. It's not just fully set to wet. So we're going to go into qualifying in a couple of minutes' time, and that's that could be completely different. So drivers really going to have to be on their toes with many different setups depending on weather conditions. So yeah, I'm expecting a bit of a topsy-turvy grid.
Okay, Tux is letting us know that there should be a few missing, unfortunately, tonight in Euro, but Intercon should be a full grid. What am I doing?
Yeah.
People to get into the pit. So Boost Goose is still out there. Also in the BMW. So we can also look at the current standings. So Lost in Pace after 2 rounds are currently topping the board.
Green light, show them what you got.
With Ram Raiders sitting in second, Tutti Frutti in a close third, and even closer the Green Goblins and Bump Drafters. So it's all it's looking really tight as we kick off the season. Well, third round of this 10 race series.
Yeah, Lost in Pace benefited, I think, massively from having their main man, Bennett, back for last week's race. He missed the first round at Imola and had a sparkling return to his previous form by winning his first race back at Brands last week. It's going to be a struggle in the Beamer, in the wet. We know it doesn't like the wet as much, but I'm still expecting him to be right up there. And but yeah, it's good to see sort of 5 teams all sort of within about 10 points of each other, so it's still very much to play for, very balanced. There has been a couple of driver changes, I think, amongst this week, just as drivers move about. So yeah, it'll be good to sort of see where it goes.
I'd just like to point out that it's currently dry, and it looks set to be dry for the whole session. So anything they were planning is now out the window.
Oh, I hope it doesn't do the intercon. I've not got a dry cell.
Oh dear. Well, you never know, as you can tell. That is the beauty of dynamic weather. No, it's completely stopped. 100% dry track. No rubber down as well. Although, is it saying optimum? Let's have a look. Oh, no, let's go to the pits for it. No, it's just fast, so the rubber's yet to be set down, obviously. Yeah, so, yeah, as I spotted earlier as well, there's a welcome back to one of our early BoA drivers from the PC2 days. Project Cars 2. I know it's a bit of a dirty word nowadays. But, yeah, so showing that BoA do give people second chances. So, good luck to him out there. Let's see if he's got rid of his bad habits. But Sipex is going to come round to start a lap as he exits. Oh, just misses the pit wall. Yeah, he needs to go back to the pit. God, that was close. He literally just missed the pit wall. Like the pit entrance.
Unusual place to drop it.
So let's have a look. Is anyone currently on a lap? My screen's gone all little again because of yeah, McVitie. I said that like something out of Little Britain then. McVitie. It's taking a lot of the inside curve on Dunlop as he makes his way towards the first of the two Degners. Horrible in a GT3, the first one. You can take it so fast, but it's scary as hell. The second one's a bit more stable. Not so much on the exit though, it's really easy to drop it on the kick back end out. Quite late on the brakes there, gets it turned in really early, maybe a little bit too early. He struggles to get the throttle down on the exit of originally named Hairpin. And this is what is it, 230, 200R? 200R that was. He's just come through and he comes into Spoon curve. Once again taking a lot of the inside curve and some of the grass too.
Yeah, that second part's so important, right? It leads you out onto this really long straight, and if you don't get a good exit out of that second part of Spoon, you're losing time all the way down to 130 up.
Yeah. Do you want to know what that bit's called? That straight?
What? The run up to go off. It seems that you've done your homework this week, Roy, so I'm not going to stop you. You're on a roll.
It's backstretch. And this is a casino triangle. So, and the first corner is called first corner. Japanese.
They really busted out the
I don't know whether it's just how it translates back. Let's see what time we are looking at now. So 2:16.8 set by what we were on board with McVitie with Axie 2:13. Oh, Hoonigan as well. Sorry, I should say 2:13.9. So next to come across is 840 Weed Flaming Racer.
Yeah, Weed on the podium last week at Brands Hatch. He was filling in for the Ram Raiders in black last week. Did a good job for them. He's now part of the Blue Past U crew, him and Trigger. Neil B on the Twitch chat saying don't rule them out, and I think that's quite a mouth-watering pairing, the two of them. He goes fastest by 2 tenths. Hoonigan, looks like a pretty handy lap there, only 2.5 tenths off of Weed. Some 2 seconds quicker than Captain Roger McVitie down there. So Hoonigan looking fairly handy so far. still waiting for a lot of the big guys to come through.
We're on board with Dove at the moment. He's next to set up a lap as he makes his way down the pit straight. And he must have invalidated it, so I'll find someone else to jump on board with. Someone who is on a lap. I did see someone.
Pancake's the next one to cross the line, I think.
So KM Pancakes.
Ooh, gets it all wrong though with the casino triangle. That's going to cost him a ton of time. Too much curb on the first part, and they lost the rear. And we'll see what that does for the lap time, but I can't imagine this being a good enough for pole.
He's sixth though. Some 5 seconds off though, so some work still to do. I can't see who that is. 900. Is that 900 or 990? It doesn't matter because he's into the pits anyway. Just to. And Roger's coming around on the pit straight now. He's going to complete another lap, and he's going to pop himself up into third. Closes in within a second now. Hooligan's really set a decent pace out there.
Yeah, it's a hell of a lap that he's thrown out there. I mean, he'll be well pleased. He was struggled a little bit at Brands. He's on against some really quick guys, and we said we felt that he could certainly get closer amongst these guys. So good to see him up there for sure.
Weed Racer just went faster.
Yeah, it's tricky to know what a good lap time is at the moment because none of these guys will have done any dry running throughout the week. The practice servers, pretty much all the ones that I've been in, have all been some form of wet. So to turn up here onto a dry track, alright, not an optimum track, but a dry track, it's I'm sure it would have caught a few of the guys flat-footed. A lot of people probably haven't practiced much in these cars here in the dry, for this season at least, so yeah, there's opportunities for a few surprises.
Sorry, I'm just reading people saying the quality not too great. Just checking back the streams. Look, alright, mine not the greatest. I can see that it's a bit fuzzy. It's not the greatest, but this is so we can stream on both Twitch and YouTube. Won't be happening on a weekend as well because we obviously use BoA TV, Stream Pro and GTA. But let's get back on board with the times. I think that's Axie coming round next as he's exiting Casino Triangle with a black Aston in tow. Literally. Oh, didn't need to do that. Who is the Aston? It's too close for me to see.
That's Ant McVitie. He's racing for the Ram Raiders. I believe that's another permanent switch. We've had a couple of drivers drop out, so a few moves just to keep the teams nice and balanced. So that distinct black Aston looking very mean. And he's in ninth. You feel like he'll be a little bit gutted that it's not wet. The Aston probably one of the more composed cars in the wet conditions in this GT4 grid, so to see it dry and the Beamers back on top would be a little bit frustrating for him, but there's still a chance that the race could be wet, so he'll be hoping for that, I'm sure. Weed looks like he's the pace at the moment. We've got Morgan, Bennett, Hoonigan, P4 doing a cracking job, Rog in P5 over a second back, so looks like Weed at the moment. He's in the pits though, so I'm wondering whether he'll be setting off for a final run soon, or whether he's done for the evening. But yeah, 2 attempts at the moment. Morgan and Bennett having to chase him down.
So sorry, I do apologise. Yeah, I can see what you mean. It does look a bit clearer on YouTube. Should be concentrating on the racing, but who's that next coming round? 196. 197? No. Who's 196? Why can't I see 196?
Yeah, it's pancakes again.
That's
And
why, 'cause I'm looking past the grey one. He's pulling up. It's a grey area.
Similar to last lap again, it looked like he got it all wrong going through the final chicane, and they decides not to complete his lap that time. So struggling to get to grips with the Aston through dirt. Looks like Axie's going to be the next person to cross the line. He's currently sat in 9th. What's he going to be able to do?
2 seconds off the pace at the moment, and still he is. Don't think
Does not improve. Neither does Bennett behind him. So
got Migrun coming round next. He does improve, goes up to 9th. Got 1-1-0, which is Dove. He's sitting in 7th, 1.4 off the lead. There, guys, let us know what the streams are like. Give us feedback, please, because it's always good to know, isn't it?
yeah, I'm trying to keep tabs on all threes, make sure there's no glowing problems. It's death by screen at the moment. They're all at slightly different places as well due to like, the latency.
Yeah.
So
Well, basically, what it does is, I don't know how legal this is. We'll find out. But basically, I stream it to Twitch and it mirrors it to YouTube. So,
nice.
yeah. And Dove goes
So if you
into
hear some
sixth
knocking
place.
on the door in the background of this stream,
I don't think it's
Roy
that
might have to
illegal.
go on holiday.
I don't think it's that illegal. Jeez. And it's Morgan in the Mercedes next to come across the line. Looking pretty damn fast as well, and he stays in 2nd for now. Cheers, lads. Thank you for the feedback. So we've got a little bit of a breather as we wait for Axie to come across the line as he approaches Casino Triangle. 17 turns on this track, giving the tyres a punishing. I don't know if that's I'm not with it again tonight. It's always tonight. Tuesdays catch me out.
Yeah, it's one of the longer tracks we go to on the calendar. Maybe Spa, and I think we're going to Mount Panorama this season as well. There might be the only 2 that are longer than this one. So it does mean that the cars space themselves out a little bit.
Trigger's just jumped into 5th place there. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's fine.
Couple
Mickey
of
D
moments
moves up
as
to 10th.
And Boost Goose goes up to
sticks
3rd.
at P3.
Nice lap. 309, 303, sorry, Olaf. No, he's pretty quick.
Checkered flags out, so these laps that they're on now will be their final laps. Unigan still in P5 at the moment, but he will not set a time.
Tucks in, Axie's praying for rain. Olaf gets himself up into 5th place. 1 lap wonder from him.
Yeah, who needs practice? Who needs to get the tyres in? Just 1 lap, bang it in. P5, thank you very much.
So our current pole sitter makes his way through turns 15, 16. Uses a nice bit of curb on the exit, keeping it as straight as possible. Down on the straight. He's there. Can he improve his time? He might be going for it. He does. Woof! Whoa, that's set down a marker for the night. I don't think that's going to get beaten.
Thrown down the gauntlet there. Next man across the line is probably the only man that's capable of doing it, Bennett, but he's going to have to find a whole second on his previous time.
So I've got my pen
He's
and
good,
notepad out.
but is he that good? He comes up to the final chicane now. Or really aggressive on the exit. Has that cost him some time? 2 minutes 12.8 to beat. Can he do it? Ooh, not quite. He goes P2.
Still got
Improved by some 6/10 there.
Still got Trigger out there as well, Captain Rog. No, Trigger's pulled in, sorry. But we've got Mig Run.
Here comes Rog though.
Mig Run's going to cross the line. He goes into 10th. What can Rog do? Currently sitting in 8th. And that's where he stays. So 2 minute 12 is the time that's been set for the night. It'll be hard to beat, I think. So, but yeah, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Let's make sure I'm on the right number and everything. Yeah, we're just going to go to a quick ad, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Go. This is going to be do or die. Now, literally bumper to bumper. Right, guys, I'm gonna cut the YouTube stream. I'm gonna be streaming straight on Twitch.